everybody, just letting you know we went to a red carpet screening for 13 Hours, The Secret Soldier of Benghazi. We did another video on that, so I highly recommend you watch that. The cast and director were there. Click on the annotation somewhere here to go see it. Enjoy the review.
Libyan visa. Official.
Pull over for inspection.
Sorry, sir, I can't do that.
Pull over for inspection!
Hey everybody, I'm Ethan.
And I'm John.
And welcome to the review for the new 2016 action movie, 13 Hours, The Secret Soldiers of Benghazi. The story follows a group of armed guards at the Benghazi embassy trying to protect the ambassador from rebels. So John, what'd you think?
Well, going into this movie, I didn't really have very high expectations.
Okay.
I kind of thought it would be crap, to be frank.
You know, Michael Bay doesn't have the most amazing track record.
Michael,
he does have some good stuff.
He does have some good stuff, but Michael Bay handling an action movie, didn't have very high expectations.
You knew what to expect, kind
of.
But
I was impressed with this movie, actually. I was very impressed with it.
I could say the same as well.
I think it was definitely a cut above what I expected from him, and in general. Yeah, what do you think?
I actually enjoyed 13 Hours. I think it went a little bit above my expectations. I think it brought more to the table than Michael Bay is known for.
Definitely.
And I think I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I like this movie a lot. First thing I want to say right off the bat, this is an action movie. The movie is mostly action. I think the action is very intense, very high energy, and it's overall pretty good. Mm-hmm. There is this sort of shaky cam that a lot of people hate in there, but I think it's overall used pretty effectively to create a more intense feel. There are sometimes where it's used poorly, but overall I think it was used to pretty good effect.
I think it was used, the way it was used well was really emphasize this is war, this is war times, crazy things are happening, and you always know what's going on, and there's the shaky cam. Yeah.
Going along with that, I think the cinematography and visuals were great. There were a lot of really cool set pieces.
Surprisingly, there was really good visuals and cinematography.
I love the camera work in this movie too. A lot of great shots.
Yeah, there were a lot of actually profound, thought-provoking imagery that I really appreciated in the movie.
Yeah. And even though the acting in this movie wasn't amazing or anything, you do have John Krasinski as the lead, who coming from comedy. I think he held up pretty well as an action star.
Yeah, with his background in comedy, I believe this is his first run in the action movie business.
Definitely his biggest, at least. I'm not familiar,
but yeah, it's his biggest. But I'm surprised to say that I think he did well as an action star.
Yeah, it didn't blow my hair back or anything, but I think he did a pretty solid job.
He handled his own, and I would gladly see him in another role.
Definitely. And just going off of what we said in the intro, I think that although the characters of the story aren't outstanding or perfect or amazing or anything, this is a much more developed and interesting effort than one would expect from
Some would say it's very mature.
I think it is
very mature.
Altogether, this movie is more mature and emotionally impactful, I would say, than most of Bay's other work.
Right.
And I really like that.
When I see this movie and say this movie is to me a little thought-provoking. And going back to Transformers 2 with very racist robots, and thinking,
this
wow,
is a cut above.
This is the
racist
same.
robot.
This is the same director, and I think that just shows how much Michael Bay has improved over the years.
Yeah, I was really impressed with this from him. Now, there was a lot we didn't like about this movie.
There were a couple points we didn't like.
Although Michael Bay did impress me with what he did here, a lot of his tropes that no one likes are still in here.
Very action-y tropes.
Yeah. Now, although this action is mostly good, there's definitely way too much of it. I mean, it is just cluttered with pointless action scenes that maybe are cool in the moment, but they don't really contribute to the story in a meaningful way, and eventually they just get boring.
Yeah, at some point it just gets exhausting to sit there and watch these two guys are shooting at each other, and now there's an explosion, now they're shooting again, and
just beating you over the head with it, really.
And just enough of that, it starts to get me looking at my watch at one point.
And all these action scenes really make the movie much, much longer than it needs to be.
Yeah, it comes in around 2 hours and 20 minutes. Almost 2 hours and a half.
Close to 2.5 hours, 2 hours and 24 minutes, yeah.
And like I said, at the end, there's just so much action. Yeah. It's exhausting. And unfortunately, there's a lot of good cinematography at the end.
Yeah.
So when you're exhausted from all the action, you're just like, oh, look at the pretty pictures now. I'm so tired that I don't care about how pretty it looks. But it does look good, unfortunately. Yeah.
I think they could have cut half an hour out of this movie easily.
At least.
It would have been much tighter, much more entertaining, much less tiring if they had cut out half an hour of the crappy action scenes. Well, not crappy, but
crappy,
but pointless.
Pointless. There you go.
And it would have been much cleaner and more enjoyable, I think. And now, although the script is definitely better than what you could expect from Michael Bay these days, I do think it was pretty inconsistent. It had a decent build up in the beginning, and then it just started beating you over the head with action. There'd be maybe half an hour of just nonstop action, and then a few minutes of just like straight plot points. Just people yelling at each other like, "Oh, help's coming" or whatever.
Yeah, that's the pattern. It's action, and then, okay guys, help is coming. Action, wait, help's not coming. And it goes on and on until, the movie ends.
There's still, and the whole last maybe 3/4 of this movie is just straight action for the most part.
Yeah, with little breaks in between them.
Yeah, and I thought the story in that moment didn't really develop as well as it should have.
Right.
So Ethan, all things considered, everything taken into account, what are you giving 13 Hours out of 5 stars?
Well, like I said, I thought 13 Hours was, fine.
Just as well, okay, wait.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, that's my part. Overall, I think 13 Hours is a better movie brought to us by Michael Bay than some of his previous work. It's shocking to see, his work in the past and now that this is something a little bit more mature that I think the audience can take in. I definitely like the action for the most part. The cinematography, actually, it blew me away. I thought it was really, really cool. Acting was fine. I like John Krasinski as an action star, so I'm gonna give it 3 out of 5 stars.
I'm pretty much right with you, Ethan. I was very impressed with this movie. I was not excited to go into this movie. I was kind of dreading it, but after seeing it, I was impressed. I really enjoyed it. Definitely much more mature and interesting and developed characters and story than you could expect from Michael Bay, even though it wasn't perfect. And the action was overall pretty good, even though there was too much of it and it was too long. So I'm gonna go say like maybe a light 3.5, 3.5.
I think that's acceptable.
Yeah. All right, so guys, have you seen 13 Hours? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Let us know in the comments below. Also, what do you think of our reviews?
Did we suck?
Did we suck? I don't know. We don't know.
We don't know.
So tell us that. Give us some feedback. We appreciate that. And make sure to subscribe for updates on reviews and content. And you can follow us on Twitter at Stubmasters for more updates. And if you want to look as good as this guy,
These guys.
then you can go to cafepress.com/Stubmasters to buy merchandise. All right, so for Stubmasters Reviews, I'm John.
And I'm Ethan.
Have a great day.